So today we're going to make the lemon vinaigrette, and I've promised a lot of people at Whole Foods and various places for this recipe for a while, so we're going to finally cough it up here. But I perfected this out at Skywalker Ranch when we were serving a lot of grilled seafood, so it's excellent over seafood. It's really nice also as a vegetable dip. It actually works well as a marinade too, so it's multi-dimensional. But what's nice about it is that it's an emulsion, and it has a real light and creamy type of a feel to it, which is hard to get from emulsified sauces at room temperature and stuff. It almost has like a hollandaise quality to it. But what I like to do is, when I do my spice demos, I use proteins with the spice and grill them or saute them off, and then usually put them on a bed of something and top the seafood with this lemon flavored vinaigrette. So with an emulsion, you need three things always. You always need an emulsifier, which today we're actually going to use an egg yolk, which is a coddled egg yolk, which I have right here in the bowl. And we're also using a little German style whole grain mustard. And these two things will really help pull this emulsion together. So you need an emulsifier and you need acid, which today we're going to use a little bit of fresh Meyer lemon and also rice vinegar that I like to use, a real mild type of vinegar. And then you need agitation. So the three things are acid, an emulsifier, and agitation. And the key is adding your oil really, really slowly once you get going. And I'm just going to go ahead and start putting it together. And you'll see this is a little bit of fresh chopped garlic. I'm just going to put about a teaspoon of garlic in there. And I'm going to put, for starters, about an ounce of rice vinegar. This is actually organic seasoned rice vinegar. Put a nice ounce pour. Wet that yolk and get that garlic moving around. And I like to put turmeric in this dressing for two reasons. One, turmeric is very helpful. It's a prostaglandular enhancer. Helps cell communication, helps swelling in the body. In parts of India and in the Middle East where they use a lot of turmeric, they have very low occurrence of cancer and very low incidence of things like arthritis. So the chemical compound in the turmeric, curcumin, is actually a wonderful thing that we should be having on a daily basis. It's also what we use to make mustard yellow. So we do use it a lot in spices for coloring, and this lemon vinaigrette is really nice when it's bright yellow as well. So I just put about a half a teaspoon of turmeric in there, and I'm whisking it around. For a sweetener, I'm just going to use about a tablespoon of agave nectar. This is raw, organic blue agave. Just going to put that in. And what I am going to slowly start doing is start whisking in this organic canola oil really, really slowly. I put my bowl on a stable base here. I just put it on a pot and then put a kitchen towel down and then the bowl in it so that I have a nice stable platform to work. So now we've got our emulsifier and our acid and some of our flavor agents in there. But the key part is the emulsifier that's in there. And you want to maintain a semi-viscous type of relationship, so it can't get too thick. When it gets a little bit thick, we're going to add lemon juice to it once we have an emulsion. So what I'm going to do is slowly, this is organic canola oil here, I'm going to just drizzle really super slowly as I'm whisking into my emulsifiers, and my turmeric and my garlic. And this is key. In the beginning, you almost need to go just drops at a time, really thin streams. And what we're doing is we're creating a colloidal disbursement of one liquid suspended inside another liquid. So normally oil and water don't like to go into each other, but we're creating one emulsified liquid out of these two agents and colloidally dispersing them together. So once it starts to get thick like this, you have your emulsion. It's starting to look like a mayonnaise. Then we go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and tone it down with a little bit of lemon. And you can add your mustard either right at the very beginning, which is a good idea, or sometime in the beginning process. I'm putting a tablespoon of this mustard in here. Then I'm going to go ahead and a little bit more oil. As it starts to get thick again, go lemon back to it to tone it down, make it a little bit more viscous, make the viscosity lighter. See how it's getting nice and creamy. This recipe, let's see, it's about, we've used a cup of oil, of the canola oil. So this can end up being a pint. It's going to end up being a good 16 ounces. I like to use this crushed Meyer lemon oil to finish it with a little bit of that. Give it a really good olive flavor. Good pinch of salt. A little bit of pepper. A little fresh parsley and chives. And that's the lemon vinaigrette. That's what we've been topping all of our seafood with at the Whole Foods demos and our local demos here at New Leaf Markets and Staff Alive, Shoppers Corners, Deluxe Foods, where our spices are in now in Santa Cruz. And this makes a really nice light sauce for grilled salmon, any type of skewered and grilled seafood, and or pan-seared seafood. Really nice, and we'll show you how we're going to use it a little bit later on some salmon.